Hey, my reactors. So I'm back again with the fight, but I'm on chapter 4. So let's go. I knelt down beside Rufus and rolled him over onto his back. His nose was bleeding. His split lip was bleeding. I thought he had probably lost a few teeth, but I didn't look closely enough to be sure. His face was lumpy. His face was a lumpy mess, and he would be looking out of a couple of black eyes for a while. All in all, though, he probably looked worse off than he was. No doubt he had some bruises that I couldn't see without undressing him, but I didn't think he was badly hurt. He would be in some pain when he came to, but he had earned that. I sat on my knees watching him, first wishing he would hurry and regain consciousness, then wanting him to stay unconscious so that Alice and her husband could get a good start. I looked at the stream, thinking that a little cold water might bring him around faster. But I stayed where I was. Isaac's life was at stake. If Rufus was vindictive enough, he could surely have the man killed. A slave has no rights, and certainly no excuse for striking a white man. If it was possible, if Rufus was in any way still the boy I had known, I would try to help keep him from going after Isaac at all. He looked about 18 or 19 now. I would be able to bluff and bully him a little. It shouldn't take him long to realize that he and I needed each other. We would be taking turns helping each other now. Neither of us will want the other to hesitate. We will have to learn to cooperate with each other to make compromises. My sinus, y'all. Who's there? Said Rufus suddenly. His voice was weak, barely audible. It's Dana, Ruth. Dana? He opened his swollen eyes a little wider. You came back. You keep trying to get yourself killed. I keep coming back. Where's Alice? I don't know. I don't even know where we are. I'll help you get home, though, if you'll point the way. Where did she go? I don't know, Ruth. He tried to sit up, managed to raise himself about 6 inches before he fell back, groaning. Where's Isaac? He muttered. That's the son of a bitch I want to catch up with. Rest a while, I said. Get your strength back. You couldn't catch him now if he was standing next to you. He moaned and felt his side gingerly. He going to pay. I got up and walked towards the stream. Where are you going? He called. I didn't answer. Dana, come back here, Dana. I could hear his increasing desperation. He was hurt and alone except for me. He couldn't even get up, and I seemed to be abandoning him. I wanted him to experience a little of that fear. Dana! I dug the washcloth out of my denim bag, wet it, and took it back to him. Kneeling beside him, I began wiping blood from his face. Why didn't you tell me why didn't you tell me that's where you were going? He said. He was panting and holding his side. I watched him, wondering how much he really had grown up. Dana, say something. I want you to say something. He squinted his eyes at me. What? I was leaning close to him and I caught a whiff of his breath when he spoke. He has been drinking. He didn't seem drunk, but he had definitely been drinking. That worried me, but there was nothing I could do about it. I didn't dare wait until he was completely sober. I want you to tell me about the men who attacked you, I said. What men? Isaac? The men you were drinking with, I improvised. They were strangers, white men. They got you drinking, then tried to rob you. Kevin's old story was coming in handy. What in the hell are you talking about? You know Isaac Jackson did this to me. The words came out in a harsh whisper. All right, Isaac beat you up. I agree. Why? He glared at me without answering. You raped a woman or tried to, and her husband beat you up, I said. You're lucky he didn't kill you. He would have if Alice and I hadn't talked him out of it. Now what are you going to do to repay us for saving your life? The bewilderness and anger left his face, and he stared at me blankly. After a while, he closed his eyes, and I went over to rinse my washcloth. When I got back to him, he was trying and failing to stand up. Finally, he collapsed back, panting and holding his side. I wonder whether he was hurt more than he appears to be, hurt inside, his ribs perhaps. I knelt beside him and he wiped the rest of the blood and dirt from his face. Ruth, did you manage to rape that girl? He looked away guiltily. Why would you do such a thing? She used to be your friend. When we were little, we were friends, he said softly. We grew up. So she'd rather have a buck nigga than me. Do you mean her husband? I asked. I managed to keep my voice even. Who in the hell else would I mean? Yes, I gazed down at him bitterly. Kevin had been right. I've been foolish to hope to influence him. Yes, I repeated. How dare she choose her own husband? She must have thought she was a free woman or something. What that got to do with it, he repeated the man. Then his voice dropped to almost a whisper. I would have taken better care of her than any film hand could. I wouldn't have hurt her if she had just kept saying no. She had the right to say no. We'll see about her rights. Oh, are you planning to hurt her more? She just helped me save your life, remember? She'll get what's coming to her. She'll get it whether I give it to her or not, he smiled. If she ran over Isaac, she'll get plenty. Why? What do you mean? She did run over Isaac then. I don't know, Isaac. I don't know. Isaac figured I was on your side, so he didn't trust me enough to tell me what they were going to do. He didn't have to. Isaac just attacked a white man. He's not going back to the judge home and Isaac doing that. Some other nigga might, but not him, not Isaac. He's a runaway, and Alice is with him, helping him to escape, or at least that's the way the judge will see it. What happened to her? Jail, a good whooping, then they'll sell her. She'll be a slave, her own fault. I stared at him. Heaven help Alice and Isaac. Heaven help me. If Ruby could turn so quickly on a lifelong friend, how long it would take him to turn on me? I don't know what her being so south though. I don't want her to be so south though, he whispered. Her fault or not, I don't want her dying in some rice swamp. Why not? I said bitterly. Why should it matter to you? I wish it didn't. I frowned down at him. His tone had changed suddenly. Was he going to show a little humanity then? Did he have any left to show? I told her about you, he said. I know she recognized me. I told her everything, even about you and Kevin being married, especially about that. What will you do, Ruth, if they bring her back? Buy her. I got some money. What about Isaac? To hell with Isaac, he said. He said it too, but it hurt his side, his face twisted in pain. So you'll be rid of the man and have possession of the woman just as you wanted? I said with disgust. Great reward. He turned his head towards me and peered at me through swollen eyes. I begged her not to go with him, he said quietly. Do you hear me? I begged her. I said nothing. I was beginning to realize that he loved the woman, to her misfortune. There was no shame in raping a black woman, but there could be shame in loving one. I didn't want to just drag her off into the bushes, said Rufus. I never wanted to be like that. But she kept saying no. I could have had her in the bushes years ago if that was all I wanted. I know, I said. If I lived in your time, I would have murdered her or tried to. He began trying to get up again. He seemed stronger now, but in pain. I sat watching him, but not helping. I was not eager for him to recover and go home. Not until I was sure what story he would tell when he got there. Finally, the pain seemed to overwhelm him, and he laid down again. What did that bastard do to me? He whispered. I could go and get help for you, I said, if you tell me which way to go. Wait. He caught his breath and coughed, and the coughing hurt him badly. Oh, God, he moaned. I think you got broken ribs, I said. I wouldn't be surprised. I guess you better go. All right, but Ruth, white men attack you. You hear? He said nothing. You said people would be going after Isaac anyway. All right then. So be it. But let him and Alice have a chance. They're giving you one. It won't make any difference whether I tell or not. Isaac is a runaway. They'll have to answer for that no matter what. then your silence won't matter. Except to give them the start you want them to have. I nodded. I do want them to have it. You'll trust me then. He was watching me very closely. If I say I won't tell you, you'll believe me? Yes, I paused for a moment. We should never lie to each other. You and I. It wouldn't be worthwhile. We both had too much opportunity for retaliation. He turned his face away from me. You talk like a damn book. Then I hope Kevin did a good job of teaching you to read. He caught my arm in a grip. I could have broken, but I let him hold on. You threatening me. I threaten you. Without me, you'll never find Kevin. I know that. Then don't threaten me. I said we were dangerous to each other. That's more a reminder than a threat. Actually, it was more a bluff. I don't need reminders or threats from you. I said nothing. Well, are you going to go get help for me? Still, I said nothing. I didn't move. You go through those trees, he said, pointing. There's a road out there, not too far away. Go left on the road and then just follow it until you come to our place. I listened to his directions, knowing that I would use them sooner or later. But we had to have an understanding first. He and I. He didn't have to admit that we had one. He could keep his pride if that was what he thought was at stake. But he did have to behave as though he understood me. If he refused, he was going to get a lot more pain now. And maybe later, when Kevin was safe and Hager had at least had a chance to be born. I might never find out about that. I might not find out about. I will walk away from Ruth and leave him to get out of his own trouble. Dana, I looked at him. I had let my attention wander. I said, shield. We'll get there in time. White men attacked me. Good, Ruth. I laid my hand on his shoulder. Look, your father was listening to me, Roman. I don't know what he saw at last. I don't know what he saw last time I went home. He doesn't know what he saw either. Whether it was he seen it before, that time at the river, and he didn't believe it then either. But he'll listen to you. He might even be a little afraid of you. That's better the other way around. I'll get back as quickly as I can. So I will be back with chapter 5 of the fight. Bye, my reactors.